Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So we do have a break of the cup and handle, or even if you want to call it the inverse head and shoulders. Sorry, not inverse head and shoulders, but the diagonal head and shoulders. So there's the shoulders, head, shoulder. We've got a break of a horizontal level. Didn't quite get back to test it. And for me, there's another fairly significant level right here. And you can see the tails around there. So yeah, even a slightly above it, slightly below it, but that's the area that we do need to pay attention to for shorts. Okay, we are below the moving averages. We're below the 155. Trend is down. So if we look at the 3 hour, we have had the crossover of the moving average. We had a pretty solid move down, and then with the data coming out in the US, we sort of mucked around in a range. Now, I'm just going to add another level here, because you can see there's a swing low. That is the range break, and you could argue that that is a bigger head and shoulders as well. For me, it's just a range break. So we've broken down from this range. That's the bottom of the range there, and we have sort of tested it late yesterday. I'd want another test of that before worrying about it, and then we have another level right over here, which is where we're finding support at the moment. And you look to the left, you can see that was this inverse head and shoulders, which has not played out. So the other thing to bear in mind is that we have not really tested this area. So you can see shoulder, head, shoulder. We've broken up. We haven't come back to test it. We tried there, we tried again. Now we are testing it. So with all of that noise in your head, it is quite a simple situation. If we find support here around this 1484, and I'd actually go as low as 1400, which would be my support area. If we find support there, then there is a good chance that if we break above 14230 and find support at 14230, that validates that head and shoulders pattern, or inverse head and shoulders pattern, which gives us a move to the upside. Okay. So that's the first scenario. The second scenario is if we break below the 14084 down, let's say we get to 1400, come back and bump our head on this level here and start rolling, that's a great opportunity for a short, and it is going to follow the trend that has formed over the last 2 days. So you're looking at an entry roughly around there, you're looking at a stop up there, so it's a 200-point stop loss. And if you just go back to your higher time frames, the next logical step for us to get to is over here, and that is at 13,800. So 13,800, and then just below 1300 or 13,800 is another area there, and that is 13,700. So that's kind of the view to the downside. And if I just, one last thing, just be a little bit conservative with sorry guys, let me just see where there it is. Okay, so that's our consolidation pattern. There is our consolidation pattern target. Unfortunately, I don't see much, probably something to the left. There we go. So there's your structure to the left, and quite far back to the left. So anyway, those are the three downward targets if we start breaking below this area here. So 14084, break and retest of that, then you're looking at these levels. Not so sure about it based on the oscillators at the moment, but it'd be wise to be following the 15-minute charts. And you've got a gap at the moment, so any pullback onto the gap would also be an opportunity to sell into this. So that's kind of my view at the moment. So 14,200, possibly just a gap at 14,150. So 14,150, 14,200 or 14,230, those are the areas that I want to see a bounce off. If we start getting above those areas, then it's well worth just paying attention to the moving averages on the 15-minute. You'll look for a crossover and a retest of the crossover to validate that you have a potential trend reversal. But at the moment, trend is down. You're looking to sell, and you're looking to sell off resistance. And this level here is pretty critical. Just pay attention to that 14,084. If we clear that, and have a proper retest of it, engulfing bar, pin bar, inside bar, then you are definitely looking at an opportunity to short that down to here. Okay, anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.